Hey there, I am Heidi Powell, and you have made it to Heidi's Lane. I am a mom of 4 beautiful kids, a health enthusiast, and an entrepreneur who, just like everybody else, is learning to navigate the joys, the grief, the love, the messes, and everything in between on this beautiful highway we call life. Now, nothing is off the table here in my lane, so I invite you to cozy up, grab a cup of coffee, join me right here on my couch for real, raw, vulnerable conversation that hopefully helps you learn and grow through this journey with me. I am so grateful you are here. Welcome to Heidi's Lane. You guys, we're back. We're back.
In our sweats, it feels so much better.
Oh, it feels so much better.
I know. I just love sweats.
I know. The only thing I like right now, you mentioned vitamins. I should have brought down how many vitamins I take. I took a couple hours ago, right after you left, my whole thing of vitamins because you reminded me, and I've not been consistent.
Yeah.
And I get like sick to my stomach for like a handful of hours after because there's just so many. But the thing is, I know they work. You know, blood results show. And they actually work.
I can't deny my supplements. I feel like my 3 that I'm on, I'm like, I have never felt this great in my life. Like I was legit concerned. Like I was like researching them. And then it was like, these are all safe. It's just amino acids, Keira.
Well, and Jason reminded me too, because when I went to go see Jason.
Yeah.
Actually, so I guess I took my vitamins after I saw Jason.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sorry. He said if you guys missed the last episode last week.
Oh, did we already start? Oh, hey guys.
Yeah, hi. We're here. Last week's episode was with Keira. It was a part 1. We didn't get to everything we wanted to get to. Actually, we knew ahead of time. We were like, okay, part 1, it's the first week of January 2026.
Yeah.
We have a lot that we wanted to kind of just share with you guys and talk about the new year and resolutions and all that and our thoughts on it and how you can make 2026 amazing. So go listen to that if you have not yet. But we saw these really great questions and we're like, okay, we're saving it. We're doing a second podcast.
I'm so excited.
So today is literally, not just.
No.
Today, we're going to be going through the second half of Bob Parsons. Bob Parsons is the CEO of GoDaddy. I mentioned it last time. I guess he lives here.
Yeah, we were
in
Arizona. See if he's still
available
single.
For Keira
Because I love his work.
And it doesn't hurt that he has billions of dollars either.
Sure.
But the thing is, we wouldn't appreciate the money if we didn't work for it.
No.
So but it's nice that you don't have to save him and make him money and pay him, you know, because
That's nice.
Yeah, we both have a history of taking care of men.
What? No.
Yeah, and it might come up today. Let me get my sheet of paper. So last week, Keira, actually, I'm moving ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. Last week, you and I we talked about the Gregorian calendar.
Which was so fascinating.
Insane.
I loved it.
Insane. You guys go listen to it. In a nutshell, what you think about the structure of the 12-month calendar year is going to be blown upside down.
Yep.
And how you look at New Year's goals blown upside down. Go listen to that episode. And then also we got into Bob Parsons has 16 rules of life that I actually read when I was 18 or 19 when dial-up internet was like a thing. It was the only thing.
I know. Where texting didn't exist?
Yeah, no. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Like, and if you did, when your phone finally was texting, you had to pay like 80 cents a text or something, or 10, I don't even know, but it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I remember reading this. I was telling Keira and the audience, if you guys were here last week, I remember reading these 16 rules of life and being so impacted by it. I was so asleep still in my life. So like this little crack of light, lived on my own. It was right after I moved out. It was mind blowing for me to read just these simple things. And I wanted to go back to them because a couple of them I say over and over and over in business. They've stuck with me for 25 years now. And I wanted to go back. I started thinking to myself the other day, and I was talking to Ryan. I'm like,
I was such a believer in hustle culture, like burn the candle at both ends, do everything and anything you need to do to kind of get to where you want to go. And it was a gift, right? It was a trauma-led gift.
Yeah.
And also it burned me out in some pretty major ways. And so after, going through a lot of my own healing, I was curious how I would read
Yeah.
what these words are and how they would apply now. And so far, we've done 8. We
Love
did
'em.
8 last episode. Killer, you
I
guys.
love them.
Go listen. We're going to do the other 8. But before we do, Keira,
Yeah.
welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks.
Let me get out
This
your
is my
nudgy-
favorite. It is my favorite thing.
Don't we have so much fun?
We really do.
How do you feel after Jason? She got her back cracked.
Oh, I feel so much better. I feel way more grounded in my
Do you
body.
want to talk about it or no?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll talk about it.
Oh, fine. Yeah, Jason's a myopractor. I was a massage therapist for 20 years and I was a very good myotherapist. That was my niche. And I'm very picky with body workers. Jason is the best body worker I've ever been to.
He really is.
And
I told him we gave him a shout out on
good.
the last
I'm
episode.
so glad. And so I went because this morning God said, you need some body work. And I was like, how am I going to fit that in? I was in Vegas this morning. I flew here. And then you told me you're going to Jason. And then Jason had a spot. So I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Then I get there. And for all the single women who aren't dating, you'll understand this. Just to be touched made me like weep. Like no one touches me.
Your back,
like just to have like arms, like hands,
and someone care for you,
care for me, right? Like just to have someone like touch me and like touch my neck and like and take care of me. I just started like weeping. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, I mentioned on last episode, I've been working on my liver and he went in and he adjusted around my liver and it was like deep grief just bubbled up out of me. And so anyways, we just put fresh makeup on because I had been sobbing.
That's a very normal thing for people, whether it's a massage or chiropractic. I've actually talked to chiropractors and massage therapists about it too. For when someone it's a very vulnerable thing to be touched. And it doesn't even have to be someone who's single, who hasn't been around a man. Sometimes just human contact and connection.
Yeah.
Like if you're not used to looking someone in the eyes. Do you remember when you and I did landmark education?
Oh my gosh, I hated that practice.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
About.
There is a practice. Keira, I've said it before, but if you're new here, she's kind of been like this guidepost in my life, and every really hard thing, Keira just continued to show up.
And
We've been
same
friends
for me. You for
25
me.
years. Yeah. How crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in the crossroads of like hell, whenever we reach, like we're always there.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Keira, I was 25. I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
And or had gone through a divorce. I was at the end of it.
Yeah.
It was like finalized. The weekend I was at Landmark, right?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
It was.
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
I mean, I have a whole hell of a story before that, though I won't tell on this podcast. It'll be in my book someday. But yeah, it finalized that weekend, which was interesting because I met Chris at Landmark and he and I did not talk until like when I got home and got my papers in the mail, because nothing was emailed back then.
Yeah.
The papers were stamped and signed the Monday after. So you know how Landmark is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday we have a break, and then Tuesday night. So it was 5th, 6th, 7th. The 8th is when my divorce was final, December 2009. Wow. And then Chris and I had talked on the 9th, which is interesting because I and this is for another podcast, but I have always dated as I'm going through my divorces, always. And those times have been rockier typically for me.
Yeah.
Not that it just has, because there's no healing. Another podcast. Anyway.
So at Landmark, they make us do this practice.
Yes. They have us do this practice where you have to stand face to face with someone. They have 2 lines of people, right? So like I'm in a line, Keira's in a line, and we're facing each other. But we're not with each other, you guys.
Yeah.
How long is it? Is it like 5 minutes?
It felt like a month. It felt so long. It was so hard for me when I did that.
Yeah, essentially you guys, you stare in the eyes
of a stranger.
Yeah.
No talking.
Did you cry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I am missing an emotional chip. Ryan will tell you it like I'm not kidding. I think I'm on the spectrum.
Well, so am I.
I
We're most of us are.
Like I always say, if
Yeah.
you ever propose and we get like, I will not cry. I just need you to know when people.
But he will
should
for
cry,
sure.
1,000,000%.
For sure.
He's got the emotions for both of us.
I
cry. I actually will cry when I see somebody else happy, or I feel if I have a feeling about something that I should do for my family or what's possible for someone. That always gets me to cry.
Like an inspired cry.
100%.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
So, okay, wait. So the experience, the vulnerability. Yeah. What did it like feel like for you?
Oh, we're going there right now?
No, I'm just curious. Because I didn't feel it. Like, I know I was comparing being touched to that exercise where you stare in the eyes.
Well, I mean, I am, there's no not being all of me, guys. So
yeah,
in all honesty, I went to Landmark at 18. I went back multiple times and then I went with you.
Yeah.
And I would say like each time afterwards, it wasn't as intense. The first time it was because for some reason it brought up my childhood trauma of being abused. And like, I don't know if it was just like being that present with somebody cracked
letting
that
someone in your
open,
space.
But it really did. It was just like really intense for me. Yeah. But now, I mean, I look in people's eyes all day.
Back to what we were saying. It's like touching and massage. It's that vulnerable, scary being close to someone. So,
and I think also just legit being a single woman, I'm not dating, not like by choice, but I think just by my lifestyle. And I put a lot of focus on my kids. And so it's just like, this is where I'm at in life. But my kids are all teenagers. They also they're not touching me anymore, right? Like when they're little, they're all over you and you always are getting hugs and kisses. And I have all these grown children and I realized like, oh, I like really am never touched.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge, like, maybe I should get massages or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because you deserve it. We need it.
Let's solve this.
I feel like we should also read your bio.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, you guys. A couple minutes in now. If you don't know who Keira is, Keira Brinton is the CEO. You are the CEO and founder of JOA Publishing, as in book publishing. Insane, you guys. Host of Sacred Wandering podcast. She is a 7 times author, 7 books.
Yeah.
And she's the creator of the internationally known book activator method. She's the people's publisher.
Yeah.
I already read this last time and I'm already getting tongue-tied. Helping visionaries. I want you guys to hear this. She helps visionaries channel, write, and launch books they were born to lead with. Like genuinely, she's done these really incredible author adventures. She takes people to an island, has taken people to an island. She shot a TV show. Oh, it's the next line. Through her retreats, webinars, and TV show, Writer's Island. And her publishing house, Keira's activated thousands of authors into their life's work. She blends strategy and spirit, business and devotion, and is known for making the impossible feel inevitable. The impossible feel inevitable. That's it. Like, and when I said last time, and I've said before, you help the average person. I consider myself the average person, but literally someone who's never looked into a camera.
Yeah.
I remember watching Melissa. She's like my favorite success story.
Me too. She is my favorite.
Because I remember, I think I even told her this. I feel comfortable saying it. Melissa, her husband died of suicide.
Yeah.
But I remember watching her on her first story. You had taken her on an author adventure. She'd never done anything like this before.
No.
And she wanted to write her story around her family in a book. And she was so nervous. You could just hear her voice shaking. You could tell she'd never done anything. And she was on my podcast.
I know she has this insane podcast.
Yes.
I'm going on it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so good.
She's speaking on stages everywhere.
It's insane.
She was on season 1 of my TV show, wrote a second book, and came back and co-led with me on season 2. So she's on both seasons of the TV show.
Wow.
She has gone full send, and I am so damn proud of her.
She has made what felt impossible become inevitable.
She has. And she has saved people's lives from her book.
I bet. Oh,
it's the work.
So welcome to the podcast,
Keira.
Thank
you. It's always delightful.
Okay. Should we dive right into it? Because listen, here's what we have in store. Got the final 8. And then this, you guys,
I don't know what these questions are, so I'm so excited and slightly
They're
nervous.
fun. So there's some that are like reflective.
Okay.
And some that are insanely personal. So get ready. And I told you there's nothing I won't answer to if I can just stop talking so much. Here we go.
Here we go,
All
Heidi.
right. So the first 8, real quick, I'm just going to breeze through and read them. Number 1, this is Bob Parsons' 16 Rules of Life. Go, if any of these intrigue you, go listen to the last episode. They're damn good. Number 1, get and stay out of your comfort zone. Number 2, never give up. Number 3, but the writing under is even better. Should I quickly just breeze through it?
I think so. It
Number
does
1,
make me fall in love with him, though,
I know, because
for
it's
sure.
it's like everyone says get out of your comfort zone, but listen to what he says under it. Number 1, get out of your comfort zone. He says, I believe that not much happens of any significance when we are in our comfort zone. I hear people say, but I'm concerned about security. My response to that is simple. Security is for cadavers.
Oh.
Number 2, never give up. Everyone says that. But also he says, almost nothing works the first time it's attempted. Just because what you're doing does not seem to be working does not mean it won't work. It just means that it might not work the way you're doing it. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it and you wouldn't have an opportunity.
Ooh, that's good.
Number 3, when you're ready to quit, you're closer than you think. There's an old Chinese saying that I just love, he says, and I believe it's so true. It goes like this: the temptation to quit will be greatest just before you're about to succeed. 10 feet from gold. Go listen if you want to hear more about that from Keira. Number 4, with regard to whatever worries you, not only accept the worst thing that could happen to you, but make it a point to quantify what the worst thing could be. I love this too. Very seldom will the worst consequence be anywhere nearly as bad as the cloud of undefined consequences. My father would tell me early on when I was struggling and losing my shirt. What would he tell him when he was losing his shirt? Shit. He would say, losing my shirt, trying to get technology going. He would say, well, Robert, if it doesn't work, they can't eat you, which I love. Number 5, focus on what you want to happen. Remember that old saying, as you think, so shall you be. More on that in the last podcast. And it's freaking insane. So go watch that. Number 6, take things a day at a time. No matter how difficult your situation is, you can get through it if you don't look too far in the future. That's huge. Look down and focus on the present moment. You can get through anything one day at a time. Number 7, always be moving forward. Never stop investing. Never stop improving. Never stop doing something new. The moment you stop improving, he says your organization, but substitute it with you. Your organization or you begin to die. Make it your goal to be better each day and each and every day in some small way. Remember the Japanese concept of kaizen. I'm probably saying that wrong. Small daily improvements eventually result in huge advantages. And number 8 was the final one we discussed. I'll be through this quick. Be quick to decide. This is my favorite one. Isn't it so damn good? I literally, guys, I said it last time. I repeat this often. When someone in my business or a business partner or someone I'm working with is caught in indecision, I say it the wrong way, but essentially a good plan violently executed. So, right? A good plan violently executed is far better than a perfect plan. I always say never executed, but here's the right way. He said, this is George S. Patton. A good plan violently executed today is far and away better than a perfect plan executed tomorrow, because tomorrow keeps getting pushed off to tomorrow and tomorrow. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. Number 9.
Oh, let's do it. I'm ready.
Diving in.
Okay.
So essentially we're going to be weighing in on these. Okay. We weighed in on the last ones. Number 9.
Yes.
Measure everything of significance. Okay. He says, I swear this is true. Anything that is measured and watched improves. Do you have any experience with anything like that?
Yes.
Your business, you're setting it up.
Every time we like something struggling in our business, sometimes all I have to do is go, I need all my attention on it for like one day. And in one day we can change the course of how it goes. It just needed care.
Yeah.
It needed focus, and that's all it needs.
Yeah. And that's as a business owner or even a home owner, right? Like you're inside of a home with kids, whether you work or not. giving, and a child is the same way.
Same way. Yeah.
A child who is struggling, I have found in my experience, requires one day of devoted attention and care to break through that shell and crack it. But it's hard to find the time for that day because I know I tend to put everything ahead of it. I'm like, it's almost a procrastination method.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me get the small busy work done first. But essentially, I'm just pushing it all off.
And I think it goes with everything. Like, I mentioned on the last episode that I've gained 15 pounds in the last year and a half with all the stress and traveling every 5 days. And so 8 weeks ago, I was like, fuck it. We're going to take care of my body. And so I started to just work out with a trainer 3 days a week. And the second I started, like, as soon as I started putting focus on my body, then all of a sudden, like, naturally my food changed. And then naturally I started walking on the days I wasn't working out. And I was like, oh, sweet thing.
Yeah.
You just needed a little bit of focus.
Yes.
Like, that's all you needed.
Yeah. A little TLC.
Who knew?
And I love one of the things that I tell people, because anything that is measured and watched and cared for will improves. So there's 2 examples I have in my life. I used to always hide from my bank account, always. And the more stressed I would get, so there were extended periods of time when Chris and I were doing the TV show where one might think we're raking it in. And even if there was a decent amount coming in, there wasn't much staying in because the cost of that kind of a business with agents and attorney, you kind of know.
This is my life right
business
now.
managers, a publicist, everyone has a cut that the employees that you pay.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when I was doing the challenges and there was a decent amount of income, gross income coming in.
Yeah.
But the amount going out was so scary. So I left it to other people, right? And the thought of looking at my accounts scared me hugely. And someone actually once told me this. They said, if you want your account to grow, open your banking app every single day, every day. Because if you don't know what's there, you can't fix it. And if you know it's a mess, the only way you can actually fix it is to look under the hood. Same with physical transformation, right? People don't want to look at where they're at. They don't want to weigh in. They don't want to track their food. And those 2 things are the very first things I have anyone do. Even if they don't want to look, as their coach, I say, weigh in, send me the picture, or let me weigh in, turn around. I need to know where you're at. You need to know where your food is at. You don't need to change anything. Don't stop any of it. Keep the cake, keep the donuts, whatever. But getting like evidence of where you stand currently is the only way for, like, I always say it's like looking at a map, right? If you know you want to go to New York, but you don't know where your starting point is, how the hell are you going to get to New York?
Oh, that's such a good analogy.
You have to know your coordinates, like where you're at right now, in order to create a map from here to there. So I love this. That one still stands.
That one's been a hard one for me. I'm not going to lie.
It's hard.
Tracking has been tricky. Measuring has been hard. And yet it's the thing I'm now committed to doing.
Well, I think there's also a line. I had a really great eating disorder specialist on my podcast a couple weeks ago. It actually just came out I think it's this week. This Monday. Yesterday it actually came out.
Yeah.
Because guys, we're recording this in December. But it was really good because there is a line, right? It's like there's a line between tracking and measuring your goal and tracking and measuring every little morsel that's in your and that's not healthy. Like to be able to intuitively eat is, so you're doing a great job. You really are. You're taking your
we're getting there.
Steps. Good job.
It's taking a little bit longer than I expected, but
you're doing great.
I'm here. We're going.
Okay, number 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything that is not managed will deteriorate. We're kind of just talking about this. If you want to uncover problems you don't know about, if you want to uncover problems you do not know about, take a few moments and look closely at the areas you haven't examined for a while. I guarantee you problems will be there. I mean, that's scary because sometimes we don't want to know all the crap. And again, this is not just in business. This is in life. what area of your, like any area of your life that is not managed will deteriorate. So is it finances? Is it your health? Is it your relationship? Are you not managing or making date nights? You know, I think we can all relate to things. Is it your relationship with your kids? Is it your relationship with yourself? What area is not being managed, or of your business?
I think for me, what I find is that when I choose to look, I start asking God, okay, show me. Like, show me what, like, something's not in alignment here. Something's not right. And that question, it's a risky question.
Because you get answers.
Yeah. And I asked this question last night. That's why I'm saying, oh, I asked
What'd you ask it
I
about?
can't. It's
Something
super
else.
personal.
Okay.
We'll talk after that.
Okay.
I put it to God, and at midnight, God woke me up. And for 2 hours, I was shown all the truth. And that's not always easy. But I asked. And because I asked, now I see. And because I see, I have to make a really hard decision. But I am someone, when I see, I can't unsee. And so it is.
I don't think most people can unsee. And that's why a lot of people don't want to look.
That's it.
Yeah, I have there's been situations with people I've known, right? Well, and we've all seen this. There I'll just give an example. A couple where one of the partners is being unfaithful. And someone else, like other people are like, how does that other partner not know? And sometimes I think the partner does know, but the turning a blind eye is easier than facing what's true and having to make changes that, looking at the area that's not being managed.
Because when you actually see it, then you know you can't not make a decision. And so we don't manage things because we know if we manage, we'd see the problems, and the problems would require a massive life change. And I would say that was a big part of why I stayed in a pretty unhealthy marriage for 20 years. 20 years was because I just didn't want to look. Because I knew that when I saw, I would have to leave. And so this is a very important one.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I one thing I'll add too is kids. Like sometimes I notice because I'm a very on it mom.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't have the energy to deal with following through because I need my kids to know if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, same.
And so I'll act like I don't see it because I don't have the freaking energy to do a damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like
all too well.
And then they know that they can get away with it. They're like, just it's hard things.
And also we're just trying our best.
We are.
We're gonna put that in.
Yep. Amen.
Next one.
Oh, this is good too.
Okay.
I think. Let's see.
Yeah.
Number 11. Pay attention to your competitors, but pay more attention to what you are doing. When you look at your competitors, remember that everything looks perfect at a distance. So we're going to substitute competitors with peers, okay? Pay attention to your peers, but pay more attention to what you are doing. When you look at your peers on social media, online, at church, remember that everything looks perfect at a distance. Even the planet Earth. Oof.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah. If you get far enough into space, it looks like a peaceful place. Do you remember me telling you the cover of my book? I can't say it now. This is it. Yeah. Anyway,
oh my God.
It is.
I'm
wondering if I got it from.
I bet you did.
Anyway,
somewhere in there. Also, that makes me love him even more. Let's call him up. Find him. He's probably 97.
Bob Parsons.
He's probably 97.
How old
today.
is he?
He's got to be old.
Hey,
I mean, come on.
Hey Siri. How old is Bob Parsons?
Bob Parsons
75.
Is 75 years old.
He's not.
Oh, you think I should go for that? No, Heidi, I am 43. No. But that makes me love him so much.
Married.
Like that's such a beautiful.
Isn't that great?
And it's so true. I mean, how often do people look at my life and they're like, oh my gosh, she has a TV show and she has this publishing house and she travels all over the world and rents islands. And yeah, I have a really rad life. Also, this year I've dealt with seizures and panic attacks and like I don't care if we've made 3 million. All 3 million went back into the business. It's not like I'm like out like living it up.
Yeah.
Like it's just like we all want to see what we want to see. And even when we do tell the truth, which I'm always telling the truth, people still want to see what they want to see.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we want to fall in love. This is my belief.
Okay.
My belief is this. We fall in love with the fantasies that we do not have. And so then we fall in love with the fantasies of others' lives, believing that such a thing is real. And it is the addiction of fantasies that destroys the current of now.
See, that's interesting. You look at other people and believe the fantasy is real. I think I'm wired the exact opposite.
Interesting. Okay, tell me.
Like I never, ever, ever believed. I have much more of an innately realistic perspective. And never did I believe that a marriage would ever be good, that relationships would ever be good. I also didn't want kids because I didn't believe. I saw everyone having these fairy tales.
Yeah.
Which is why even when I went into a marriage with my first husband, who you knew very well, and it was really rocky. You know some of the inner workings of that.
Yeah.
I was still okay. I was like, this is better than I thought, because I had made it up that like if these things happen, it's like I made up in my head, if my dad dies, it's going to be tragic. Everything was always more tragic. Or a parent dies and then my dad died. It was tragic. And also real life or the thought of things is oftentimes harder than reality. Or the opposite way, the thought of marriage. I recognize that the thought of marriage is very likely harder than we think. And so the reality of marriage is harder than we think. So then when I got in it, I was always like, oh, even divorce. I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it was kind of flip-flop for me.
So we're told that like we're so much the same in so many ways. But this is where we're super different, is that I can create the fantasy of anything I want.
Oh, see, I can't.
And then what happens is I weave that fantasy with somebody and I can keep the fantasy alive for a while until the actual truth seeps out.
Ooh.
And then it's a destruction of all because I lived in the fantasy of what I wanted it to be. Which is actually why I've been super careful about not dating.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm like, whatever that is, like I got to heal that shit before I get in a relationship again, because I'm so good at seeing all the good and creating like this magical story in my head of what's happening, you know?
Yeah.
So this is interesting to me.
Yeah. I sometimes wish I had that.
Yeah.
That's also why
I sometimes wish I was you. That feels way better.
Maybe this is why we're such a good
probably
pair. You know, Ryan's a lot like you.
Yeah, I know.
And
we've always said Ryan and I are like the
you
same.
Guys are right. That's why I love him.
So I need to find a man like Heidi.
You do. Bob Parsons.
Damn it. Okay, go to the next one.
All right, next one. Never let anybody push you around. Oof. In our society, with our laws and even playing field, you have just as much right to what you're doing as anyone else, provided what you're doing is legal. Okay, how do you feel about that? Never let anybody push you around. In our society, with our laws and even playing field, you have just as much right to what you're doing as anyone else, provided that what you're doing is legal.
So I have two sides.
Yeah.
One, I've lived lots of lives, it feels. And for 20 years, I did let myself get pushed around. And I just appeased and pleased to keep the peace. And post-divorce, I realized my innate nature is that I don't give a fuck. And that actually I hate rules with every part of my body, which is how I've built success in 2.5 years, because I've just defied all the rules.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
Like they do not pertain to me.
The same.
I know.
But it I never really thought that they did. Like I'm always like, oh, there's a barrier here. Hold on, let's just climb over and see what's on the other side. It doesn't even
no. Yeah,
like
it's so
keep
weird.
out is like, I don't know. But if it seems dangerous on the other side, you know. But I do agree with what he's saying.
Mhm.
I do believe and I know that there's a lot of, it's a sensitive topic, so I'm going to be really careful here. I have maybe because I was raised with 3 brothers,
Yeah.
I've never felt like uh I sometimes just thought I was one of them. And so I
Mhm.
think, I know there's a lot of people that, say that males are treated a certain way. I also think females have a really beautiful advantage if
Yeah.
we're soft, we're feminine, and
Mhm.
I can also be hard. But yeah, it's like I feel like what's in this world, there's like an infinite abundance of things available to us. And I
Yeah.
think we all have the ability to fill our cup in so much more.
Agreed.
But it is hard to feel like you're worthy of it and like you deserve it. Anyway, okay. Number 13, never expect life to be fair. Life isn't fair. You make your own breaks. You'll be doing good if the only meaning fair has to you is something that you pay when you get on a bus. Isn't that good? Life isn't fair. You make your own breaks. You'll be doing good if the only meaning fair has to you is something that you pay when you get on a bus. So essentially, he's saying get rid of fair. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I am a Libra.
Okay. What's that mean?
And the only thing I know about Libras is that we really live by the law of fair.
Oh.
So
you're like, I don't like that one.
So I notice I don't live on the law of like things aren't fair for me. That doesn't
I don't
exist
feel
for
that
me.
from you.
What it is that I always want to make sure everything else feels fair for others. It's very like I want to make sure that all my children get fair enough of time with their mother or fair enough gifts or like people in my company, all of my employees, I want them to feel as though the pay that they get is fair for them. So it's like weird. It's never like, I'm never like, oh, it's not fair. That doesn't even exist to me. Whatever.
No.
Like I just make my own damn rules.
Yeah.
But like everyone else, I want things to feel
Yeah.
fair for people.
I completely agree with you. I think I mean, Bob and I, last time we talked, I actually think, I'm kidding, we never talked.
I was like,
but no.
wait, what?
No. But I would imagine based on what some of the things he's writing that he
Yeah.
actually means as pertaining to you.
Yeah.
Because I do think, I know you're a giver. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of time, and maybe not everyone at the top is a giver, right?
Yeah.
But like, I also know you wouldn't even the idea of fairness between you and say me, right?
Yeah.
Like, wait, Heidi got this much of this, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't even cross your
No.
mind. You would be like, okay, here's mine and here's hers, and
Yeah.
let's go do this. Like that
Yeah.
would just be like you'd be
Yeah.
like, this is what I have. Let's figure it out. That's a
fine.
good one. Okay,
Yeah.
so fair. Moving on.
Okay.
Number 14, solve your own problems. You'll find that by coming up with your own solutions, you'll develop a competitive edge. Masura Ibuka, the co-founder of Sony, said it
Okay.
best. You never succeed in technology, business, or anything by following the others. There's an old saying that I remind myself of frequently. It goes like this: a wise man keeps his own counsel. Oof. That was a hard lesson for me to learn.
Yeah.
For many, I'm not going to say most, many of my business years,
Mhm.
I was terrified to take my own advice. Like, is it on? Yeah. Everything I need is within me.
Oh, yeah. You
This is so meaningful to me because I looked to everyone else for the answers. I looked to everyone else to solve my problems, not because I wasn't capable, but because I didn't trust myself. I was constantly going to this attorney or this attorney. And I remember Chris and I would have certain business deals where attorneys would get so involved that it would just kill the deal. And at the end, we'd be like, why didn't we just say, and I finally learned attorneys and advisors exist to give advice. And then it's up to me to take the advice and choose what to do with it.
Yeah.
I always gave everyone else the power when really the most powerful thing you can do in your life, including, again, if you're a mom or whatever, you don't have to be in business, but it's like you can take advice from people or listen. But at the end of the day, you have to be the one responsible for the decisions you make. You have to live with the consequences, good or bad, of whatever advice you choose to take.
And that's why people don't.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be responsible for what happens.
That's a good point, which is just nuts to me because I like.
Yeah. This reminds me, and I'm not going to tell the whole story, of Thecla, the prophetess, who is my favorite prophetess. And I have her words tattooed on my ribs. And her main promise and her message is, I call back all the power I've given to outside authority. I am my own. That is what I have. I am my own on my ribs to remind myself that I am the authority, and I call back all the power that I give to others because I am my own.
Ugh. Sometimes I wonder if people could feel like, I mean, you'd have to build up to it because stepping in it, you wouldn't understand it. But if they could build, I believe, I'm going to say this. I believe that if someone could be led to their power and then they could begin to trust their power and stand in it and make decisions in it, I believe they would never go back to handing their power over. I think deep down, everyone wants that power, wants to know their power, but maybe they're scared of stepping into it.
Yeah, because when you step into it, you become the radical, responsible one for all that you have.
Which is what you and I do for people, actually.
Exactly.
It just hit me. I'm like,
That's all
holy
it
shit.
is. That's how we do.
It's help people find their power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Love this one too. Number 15, don't take yourself too damn seriously. He didn't say damn. I added it in, so misquoted him. My dad used to say that though.
I love it.
Lighten up. At least half of what we accomplish is due to luck. None of us are in control as much as we like to think we are. Amen to that.
I mean, you and I get real silly.
We do.
And you know what? That's what I love about you and why I messaged you last week. And I'm like, I'm going to be in Arizona for 36 hours. And damn it, I haven't played in so long. And I need to laugh with you.
And this is play.
This is play. This is what we do for fun. But it is. This is
we're
what,
talking.
This is what fills us up.
I know. It really is.
And we have to allow ourselves to be silly. The little girl still wants to be silly.
Yeah, it's true. And I can get very swallowed up by serious business, Heidi.
Me too.
I mean, it's like I have no in between. I'm either insanely focused and serious business, Heidi.
Yeah.
Like, and again, tornado, hurricane, bomb. Don't even know it's there. You're trying to tell me something like I'm choking. I won't even know what you're saying. Right. And then the other side of me is just, I mean, insanely authentically who I am.
Yeah.
And sometimes people hate that about me, but I had a thought the other day. I was like, I'd rather be hated for being 100% authentically who I am than to be loved for being somebody that I'm pretending to be.
That would feel like such a abandonment of self. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, 16.
The final one.
Yeah, final one in the room.
Read it good. Let's go, Heidi. Let's go.
Number 16. There's always a reason to smile. I agree with this. Find it. After all, you're really lucky just to be alive. Life is short. More and more, I agree with my little brother. He always reminded me, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Oh, I love that so much.
We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
I needed to hear that.
Well, you know, it reminds me of the thing you said. Hold on. What was it? About being alive.
Yeah, I say, I'm already alive, so might as well go full send.
Oh, I feel that from you. You were just full send, Keira.
I know. I like that one. And I think one thing I'll say to that is that I have a practice of finding the romantic magic in life. And so I will look to the moon and the sun and the glittering of the sun on a spider web with the dew on it. Like I purposely am looking for something to romanticize and be like, it is so great to be alive. Like tonight when I was driving on the 202 and the sun was setting and I haven't been in Arizona in like probably almost a year.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw the sunset over the mountains and I was like, it's so magical here. Right? Like if we could just find those like pockets of joy.
Yeah, that's come as I've gotten older. I don't think I really noticed that stuff, but I agree with you. It's so beautiful. There's always something to smile about.
There is.
I have days, it's usually the 25th day of every month, right before I start my period, where I'm like, there's nothing beautiful. I'm not kidding.
I know.
I literally
The world
think,
is
and I'm
ending
like,
for me.
what is happening? I've never been depressed. And then I literally go in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, The world is
And why
around.
is it that we forget every damn month?
I don't
Damn
know.
month. And every damn month I'm like, I think my life is over. And then I
Kira.
start and I'm like, oh, Keira.
And even just
Oh, my
bleeding,
love.
like seeing that I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm better.
relief.
Yeah,
It's a
'cause-
relief.
'cause
You're
I
like,
know I'm not.
I'm not crazy. This is the best day of my actual life.
I'm not kidding. I wish Ryan were here to speak on every month. It is this way. I'm like, my life is over. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so like, I'm like, he's like, are you okay? And I'll be like, I don't think I am. It's so
Yeah.
dramatic.
Every damn time.
And then I start my period.
Same.
And I think I have a feeling as we get closer to menopause, we experience that more often, is what I hear.
Interesting.
So, okay. That's why we have hormone replacement therapy. Reach out to me if you'd like to.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, Keira.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
so
gonna pick
nervous.
out. Wait, you pick the first one. I'm gonna
Okay.
read it. This is an I freaking love you hat. Not mine, but it's amazing. Hold on. This better be a fun one.
You better.
Let's see. No, it's not a fun one.
Okay. Let me choose with my right hand.
Yeah.
Right, fun one.
You know, it's funny. That's one I picked
Fun
out.
one. Is it fun?
What's a desire you're finally admitting out loud?
Oh,
Next one.
Yeah. I always, I don't,
There
I
were
don't,
some good
I don't
ones.
finally, I just
What
always
happened
admit.
to the good ones?
Okay,
What's
here's
it
yours. What's one thing that gives you the biggest ick?
Where are all the good ones?
I would love to know what that is.
Listen. Did we not get them all? I don't think we got them all. I'm just going back to my list.
I'm going to tell you what gives
Yeah.
me the biggest ick. When, well, I cannot handle mouths being chewed open really loud and annoying. That's very, very hard for me. But also, I know this sounds so
You
absolutely
hate mouth opening.
yeah,
chewing.
like
okay.
yeah, but
okay.
also like this like ended a relationship with a man that I
Okay.
thought might actually be going somewhere. Was one night he talked to me for 15 minutes about doing laundry. And I was like, I don't think you know how much laundry I do as a mother to 5. And I've never told anyone about laundry. And if this is where we're at the 4-week marker, and I broke up with him literally 2 days later.
Relationship
Like I
this
was literally just like, this has no
yeah.
future.
yeah.
Like no future. I'm sorry. That was it.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, you need to be able to have depth with somebody. And if laundry's as deep as it goes,
Then move
it's not
on.
that deep. Yeah.
Then move
yeah.
on.
Mhm.
No.
And I have had relationships that have been not deep, but I felt like maybe there are other compensating factors. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Now with Ryan, I'm like, no, you got to be able to go deep.
And I remember dating him and being like, oh, also this is another one. This is so big for me. Oh my gosh, this is actually it.
The ick.
The voice.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Ryan has a sexy voice.
No.
Wait, what the guy's
if it hurts my ears.
his voice?
Yes.
Wait, his voice hurt
His voice hurt my ears, and I kept talking, be like, but he's like the nicest guy in the whole entire planet. But like
You never
every
told me
time
this.
he speaks, like it hurts.
You
And
never
everyone was
told
like,
me
Kira, you're being high maintenance.
No, that's a
and then I
big
was like,
deal.
actually, no, that's actually it. And so now, before I ever date a man, I voice memo him and I fact checked his voice first. And that is the first barrier. And if his voice carries forward, he can, all right, date is on. That's it. It's the voice. We can move on now.
Oh my gosh. My ick would not be appropriate for camera, so we're gonna move on from that. I'm not kidding.
What? Oh
I'll
my
have
gosh,
to
now
tell
I
you
have to know.
Yeah, I think you know. I think you know.
Oh my God.
Oh
What is happening?
no. Hold on. I pulled these questions from chat.
Okay.
Okay, they're here though. Okay.
All right.
I'm going in order.
All right.
This is what I
Go
want.
for it.
Worst first date. Worst first date. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I like date online, which is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
these men have no idea who they're going on a date with. It's just these random men in Boise, Idaho. And this guy was like handsome enough.
Yeah.
And then I get there and he smiles and he has straight up meth teeth. Like, I'm not kidding you. And I was like, well, I am not someone who just walks out.
Wait, like he actually.
Like his teeth were meth teeth.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not just going to walk out on him. But I'm like, this is going to be the worst date of my life.
Oh.
But I flipped it around as I do.
How did you do
And
this?
I was like, so what area of your life are you struggling in? And he was like, I can't get into law school. And I'm like, why can't you get into law school? He's like, I'm stuck on the damn letter that I have to write about myself. And I was like, hold up. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to email me the letter. I'm going to work on it for you tonight. I'm going to throw it through chat. Don't worry. And then the next morning I send it to him and I got a screenshot the next day and he circled, he said, I've submitted to law school. So it was the worst day ever that ended up being such a beautiful date.
It was a blessing for him. You're like, this is my consolation prize. Go ahead and walk away.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So worst first date.
Yeah.
Next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, only I get the questions?
Worst first date.
Yeah.
Here's what's so hard.
Okay.
I don't remember very much because I have had now if someone triggered a memory, and this is really sad, you guys. Okay, let's just talk about this for a minute. I have not, I know it would appear otherwise, but compared to the average human, I have not dated very much. I've actually, in between partners, I stay very to myself.
Yeah.
Until like I won't go on dates. That's what I mean. I don't go on dates. If someone is not blowing me away in like with their intelligence or if something doesn't really stand out as like, oh, this could be an actual partner.
Yeah.
And I see it after talking, I won't go on a date.
Yeah.
I don't waste my time dating. I've never been on a dating app. If someone asks me on a date, I don't go.
How do you find men?
You know, well, let's just look at my little roster.
Let's
do
it. Because I could really use some help.
I found Chris at Landmark.
Yeah.
So go to self-improvement seminars.
Cool.
You could find someone great there.
All right.
Who was after Chris? Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple people in between.
Yeah.
And those people, both people that I was talking to or dating were through work. So through work. Dave, through work, I was literally showing up to do a podcast, and even he and I, we were friends for a very long time before we ever. That's it. It's I find friends first.
Yeah.
Ryan, he was my friend before anything. The only man I ever dated to date before we were like friends was, you know, my most recent relationship.
Yeah.
And I was trying to force roles that weren't there. Yeah, like I wanted that like masculine, feminine, this is how it's supposed to look and feel. And so I don't know that I've had a bad first date. I've had really that maybe when I was younger.
Yeah.
But even the guy our first date was like it was so incredible. Ryan and I, our first date was great, you know? I don't know.
I love that.
I'm sure that they're there.
Well, I could tell a lot of them. So one time I went on a date with this man from Idaho because I live in Idaho, and he spent the whole night telling me about every fish in the river. And P.S. Did you know that fish can actually sunburn? I didn't, but now I do. Yeah, and he told me all about sunburned fish. So I mean, I can really speak to the bad dates.
You've had some funny dates. I wish we could talk about all of them here.
Okay, next one.
Okay. Weirdest DMs we've ever received.
I don't get weird
yeah.
DMs.
I mean, the most unexpected DM was from Ryan, right? Like
is that how you met?
He DM'd me.
No.
Yes.
Oh, way to go, Ryan.
End of March, DM came through. I mean, yeah. I didn't reply to him for a while. Yeah, now you guys know the story. He actually replied. I had made a post about a story about ChatGPT. Yeah. And I was like, is ChatGPT anyone else's best friend? His picture is not on his profile, so I didn't know who he was or what he looked like. Yeah. And he replied with something really funny because he had like a therapeutic relationship with ChatGPT. And I was like, ha ha ha. It just started a little banter. And then a month later, we actually started talking like in April.
That is the best.
I know.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Okay. Times we ignored red flags so bright, they were practically neon. Like my...
like your sweats.
Like my sweats.
My my whole life.
I
I don't know.
know.
It's a hard one.
No, I can't answer that question because my relationships
ethically,
are
I don't
public.
think that we can.
I don't want to.
Skip.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Here's the one I can't answer.
Okay.
Time I ignored a red flag so damn bright that they
Mhm.
were practically neon.
Mhm.
I mean, let's be fair. For a very long time, I was a walking red flag.
Yeah.
You know, like just wrapped in my trauma. And
Yeah.
I didn't even notice a lot of the destruction I had done until I stepped out of it. I didn't really start, and a lot of it, I mean, it was all 2020 and before. It was
Yeah.
just tragic. I like made messes all over the place. And some of it I knew, but I didn't recognize what I was doing. It was just trauma, right?
Yeah.
So naturally, when I'm walking around as a red flag, I'm attracting things that are red
Yeah.
flags,
Yeah.
right? So
Because that's all red flags
and
are.
I
It's just
never,
trauma.
I never turned red flags away. That was, it
Mhm.
was like, oh, you have a red flag. Let me fix you.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my thing,
Yeah. Yeah. I do believe that. Actually, I just helped an author write a book called "I Am the Red Flag." It's a really good
There
book.
we
Her name's
go.
Tanya Call, and it's really that's the whole essence is that when you realize that you're the red flag, then it actually eliminates all the red flags in your world.
It does.
Yeah.
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 Okay, good one. The wildest thing you've ever done for love.
We both know that I flew to Saudi Arabia by myself because I fell in love with a Muslim man who I proposed to 3 fucking times. And he said no all 3 times in the
love
most
you.
loving way he did. In the most.
I love you so much.
Oh
Like, and
my
what?
God.
Listen,
That
and
was
this is
forever
real.
ago. I am not that woman.
No, but let me just tell you this:
What?
you are the boldest human, and I love it. I appreciate it so much. The things you would tell me, I'm like, how does she have the courage to do that? Like, I'm already with. I mean, I still have to work on my worthiness in my current relationship. I'll
Yeah.
be like, oh gosh, that might turn him off or make him hate me. I'm not gonna give any more. You're just like, this is who I am. This is how I feel. That is so, and that is so admirable, Keira. Like, and you don't,
Is it?
it really, truly is. It is.
Honestly, I don't regret. I mean, I loved that man deeper than I've loved ever. And it was so it was so sacred to be there at Ramadan and to participate in the Islamic culture and to fast and to pray and we prayed 5 times a day and we prayed at the Red Sea together. I mean, it's the most beautiful love story of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't regret a damn thing.
No.
But I look at that and I'm like, who flies across the whole entire world to like the most dangerous part of the world as a blonde white woman and dressed up? I was so proud of myself in my abayas. I was like, I'm gonna fit right in. And I show up, abayas are the dresses you wear in Islam. And I show up in a Kelly green abaya.
It was that bad?
And every woman's in a black abaya. And I'm not only this blue-eyed, blonde little hair poking out of my shawl, Kelly green abaya. And I get to Saudi Arabia and I'm like, oh no.
You're like, this is a bad idea. This is not a fashion statement, Keira.
This is not good.
Yeah.
So that was some courage.
It
That was some
really,
serious courage.
Keira, I'm telling you, it really was. I
How about
appreciate
you?
it.
How about you?
What was the wildest thing I've ever done for love?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know if I can tell this story because, oh,
I'm so ready for this.
I cannot tell any names.
Okay.
I'm going to be very careful here. Very careful.
Yes, please.
But there was, I dated someone, you know,
I'm so excited for this right now.
well, I mean, loosely dated.
Yeah.
I loosely dated someone who is somewhat well known right now. And this is what I'll say. I've had a tendency, oh my gosh, my heart's like beating through my chest right now. It's so funny. I've had a tendency to save men financially in the past.
Yeah.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really ridiculous. What I'll say about that, it really was hard for me after I got away from this and I saw the reality, because I wanted to believe that that man loved me.
Yeah.
Because I was so enamored with him.
Yeah.
I was so enamored with him, and I thought we were really good friends.
Yeah.
And then when I saw what was really happening, which was not with me, I realized that there were like I would support or pay for or buy or pay him for certain, I mean, nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh man, I feel like I almost feel like I thought I was hiring someone for a job. And really, I think me giving him a job was the only thing that was keeping him, making him thinking that he loved me. Does that make sense?
100%.
That was really hard for me.
And I think this
took me a while to get over it.
This is a conversation that, like, if we can take 5 seconds here for women who make substantial amount of money, we have a different way of being with men.
Yeah.
And I totally fell for this guy like 2 months ago. And like, he was just like so spiritual and led men's retreats. And I just felt like, oh my gosh. And he just felt like the right guy. And he was going to come to Boise because he lived in a different state. And all of a sudden I was planning to get his Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I caught it. And I was like,
I remember this.
oh, Keira.
Yeah.
We are not doing this pattern again.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, like, if you're going to come visit me, you can't stay at my house.
Yeah.
Never met you before. And 2, you're going to have to get your own place.
Yeah.
And guess what? He ended up not coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ended up not coming.
See, and if in that, I think deep down, as this person was kind of employed by me, I think there was a part of me that wondered, I'm like, does he like me because I'm paying him and I'm saving him from all of these disastrous situations that he's constantly bringing into his life?
Yeah.
But then some of the things he would say, I like genuinely believed. And it was, so that was a really hard thing. Also, I dated a guy right after Derek.
Yeah.
Like while Derek and I were going, the divorce was happening, and this is before I met Chris, and same kind of a thing. It like the guy would lose. I was like always falling for things. Like I lost my wallet, had $10,000 in it. And while I didn't make a huge amount of money back then, I can figure anything out.
Yeah.
Like you need 10 grand, I'll figure out how to get it for you, you know? So I think the money thing is interesting. And there's a part of me that felt like I needed to fulfill that in order to be enough. And I don't know where that stems from. I don't know if it comes from my dad.
Because most women don't have this.
What? I know.
So why are we like this? Like, why do I feel like I have to pay for a man to love me?
Yeah.
Like, that is the most ridiculous bullshit ever. Like, you're welcome. You're welcome if I let you into my world. And yet this, like, whatever this is, and I've talked to so many women who are successful who have the same thing.
Yeah. And see, and you've even been a stay-at-home mom.
I have.
And so it's interesting that would come into your life after. I have never been a stay-at-home mom. I've always been a provider.
Yeah.
But like a man that I dated not too long ago was a very successful man.
Yeah.
And I would tell him, I would say, it's the weirdest thing. I feel like if I can't match your level of financial success, I'm not worthy. Isn't that interesting?
No, this is like, this be a whole podcast.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Another time.
Next
Another
question.
time. All right.
Here we go. Next question. What's the most delusional romantic thing you've ever convinced yourself was a sign? These are straight from chat, I swear.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Or what's one embarrassing moment you've never admitted publicly?
No.
What's the most delusional romantic thing?
I mean, I think we can go back to the Saudi Arabian guy, right? Like, he told me multiple times, like, Keira, we're friends. And I was like, pretty sure no. I know that you're telling me that we're friends, but you're my husband. So I don't understand where the disconnect is. But like, for sure.
And you would tell him this?
Yes. I was just like, but you're actually like, and honestly, I don't know if I believe in past lives, but if I do, I swear we were. Like, I can't deny it. There is an actual thing, but I haven't talked to him in 2 years. And, I bless him with all the blessings.
Yeah.
He is one of the most extraordinary men I've ever met.
Yeah.
But that was some crazy delusional shit that flew me to fucking Saudi Arabia. But it was also the most beautiful love story of my life, even if it was in my head. I love that love story.
And you experienced the love story, Keira.
I did. I actually did.
Yeah.
Delusion or not.
You like actually felt the feelings.
I
of
actually
what it was
did.
like to be
I actually did get to pray with him at the Red Sea. And I actually did.
You had a proposal at the Red Sea.
I did propose to him at the Red Sea on the Day of Destiny.
Do
you know what the Day of Destiny is?
I have no idea.
Oh, I love Islam. I mean, I'm not going to become Islamic because, well, I'm a little bit too bold to be an Islamic woman, but I do love Islam. And in the Day of Destiny, it is the day that it says that, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was the day that he received the Quran. And it's like the 27th day of Ramadan or something like that. And it falls on a different day all the time.
Okay.
And it means that all the angels on the earth are present and that all of your prayers will be answered on the Day of Destiny.
Well, and your prayer was answered.
It was.
It just wasn't the answer that you wanted.
I know.
And what an incredible experience.
And what
all
a
of
beautiful
it.
story.
Yes.
I mean, it's made for the books for sure.
Did you put it in a book yet?
I wrote it.
Good.
But I never put it in a book. I'll have to see if I can find it.
You need to put it in a book. Your story, you need to put so many of your stories in a book, Keira.
What about you, Heidi? What about you?
What is the most delusional romantic thing you've ever convinced yourself was a sign? Gosh, I'm so realistic.
You are.
I know.
Could you give me a teaspoon of that? Maybe like a tablespoon. Just
now, I have had men. The reality is because I am realistic, and also I am a recovering people pleaser. I've said yes to way too many engagements in my life, and this is a real thing. So let's just go there.
I love this so much.
Before I was engaged, I was engaged before Derek.
No.
Full on ring.
What?
You don't know this?
No.
Full on engaged. Yeah. We had engagement photos and everything done. Yeah. Yeah. And this guy was my childhood crush. Like, I was obsessed with this guy, obsessed. And when I was 16, he asked me out on a date, and boyfriend and girlfriend, he goes on a mission. I was dating other people. And then there was a guy who also unofficially asked me to marry him, and I said yes to. And then I literally hid and ran away from him because I couldn't say no to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he came home from his mission, and you don't know what that is. I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
But when I was in the engagement, I was like, it's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like a click. But yeah, so I'm not going to say anything, but there are a lot of the men who I've been engaged to or married to have had strong premonitions that I am their wife, or like
So
seeing
they say
me.
to you, you are my wife. And then you're
I
like,
know this, or I've seen you here.
Which goes back to what you were saying earlier about giving outside authority.
And I did. I gave it to them. I gave it to everyone. When they said, you are my wife, I would say they know more than I do.
Oh, that's
and I
so
would.
good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah. And I mean, engaged a couple times, married. I mean, there's more in there that will come out in my book someday, truly, because it's been a journey, a very rocky journey of not listening to other people's delusions, or listening to them, being pulled in by them.
I think that's something I really admire about you, is that, like, I notice now, like, I'm doing all this work to heal my heart, but I notice how I just really don't let men in anymore. And like, you never walled your heart off. Like, you've consistently been open to love over and over again. And I just think that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think only because I've changed and shifted and, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think I'm going to wall off, and then Orion shows up, it's like, and I do mean it, every relationship so far, not every, but most of them. It's like, it's the happiest version I've ever been of me. Like with Ryan, I am the happiest. And I have people
know.
ask this a lot. They'll be like, you said you were the happiest with Dave and with Chris. Well, I was with
Yeah.
Chris by far. When Chris and I were married, I was the happiest, Heidi, accomplishing my like dreams I never even had. Right? Like I was just, it was amazing. Doesn't mean it wasn't hard. Doesn't mean there weren't things in my marriage I wish I could take back.
Yeah.
And then with Dave, oh my gosh, it was the absolute happiest I'd ever been in my life with a man who saw all of me and my skeletons, everything about me, and loved me, not even with them, but because of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
And now Ryan is genuinely,
I've never seen you as happy as you are with Ryan.
I've never, yes, I've said nice things about all of them online, and I really love Dave. I've never felt with a man the way that I feel with him, which is a incredibly vulnerable thing for me to say. This is me, like the realism and pessimism, he kind of washes it away, which is scary because at any point in time, he could choose to walk away. And I recognize that's a reality in any relationship, right?
Yeah.
And I think about that. Like there was something we were talking about that was harder today. And I noticed naturally he's really great at like, hey, I love you. Hey, we're going to work through this. Hey, this. And I guard. And we were talking about after I get guarded and don't want to give that because I'm like, oh, this is where he walks away. Right. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if he's going to walk away, I need to like be cool. And it's like not even, that's my past trauma when something feels hard or I speak my emotions. A man sometimes will be like, I'm going to walk away. Ryan's not that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's incredible.
I know. I'm
He's
so
really
happy for
great.
you.
I love him. And I'm going to marry him.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows this.
He doesn't,
But
he doesn't know.
He didn't know
Yeah.
when you and I first started talking. And I literally said, I'm marrying him.
I know.
And I've been married a lot of times. So for me to say it again, I'm declaring
It's a
it.
big deal.
Okay. Should we do a couple more?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Doesn't even open. That was so dramatic. What part of love used to scare you that doesn't anymore?
I think you got to go first on that. I got to see if I have an answer for this.
Okay, I kind of just said this. So this is at what part of love used to scare you that doesn't anymore? Well, I don't think I ever thought that I could be. Dave was the first man to see all of me. And when I say all of me, you guys, I have done things I'm not proud of. You know everything about me. Interestingly, the people closest to me who know everything love me more because I've shared or, and also grown and healed through it. But I didn't think that was possible. And I think for me, when I feel unlovable, it sometimes would lead me into more destructive patterns. So, the part of love that used to scare me was the part that said, I have to be this particular person in order to be enough and in order to be lovable. So I would mask up and try on who I thought maybe Chris wanted me to be. He never told me to be anything, or who Derek wanted me to be, or whatever it was. And now what no longer scares me is being wholly, authentically who I am for someone, because that's the only way someone can choose whether they genuinely want to be with me or not. And if they say no, that's a gift from God that they say no to who I am. So that space is created. Ryan was telling me he's reading this Taoist book right now.
I do love Taoism.
Isn't it amazing? I only hear it through him. But he was saying that there was a principle that the value is in the space. So like the vase, it's not the vase that has value. It's the space inside of it. Your home, it's not the things that fill the home actually that has value. It's the space, right? Around you, it's not like the things and the money it's the space, because the space created or the space around you is the magnet or it's the landing place for all of the good that's meant for you. Isn't that amazing?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think if I were to say, I think I'm actually quite afraid of love at this point. It's strange. I feel like I came out of divorce pretty much like so ready for love because I hadn't felt loved in a really long time. And 3 years post divorce, I don't know. I feel like I actually am afraid of love. Like I'm afraid to open my heart again. And so there's like some fear there. But one thing that I'm not afraid about, that I'm really proud of, is that in any time I have an interaction with a man, I am all of me. There is not a piece of me that I hide.
You're not. It's true.
There
That's
is
true.
not a pretense that I put on. And it's going to take a mighty man to match that frequency. And I'll give this a little funny story. The last 2 men that I was meeting up to have some fun with, both got in car accidents on the way. And
To see you.
to see me.
They're heading to see
Yeah.
Keira.
And so that's when I stopped dating. I was like, God
That's a
was like,
sign.
hey, Keira,
Yeah.
check yourself.
Yeah.
And so I actually was like, okay, then God, like I need you to bring him in. Because actually, like on the second one, when on his way he got in a car accident, I was like, this is a sign from God that like these aren't
That
the
is
right men.
insane.
I know. Also, it scares most men now, but like it should. And like I'm just seeing like it's gonna take a mighty man who can handle the complexities of who I am, the boldness and the fierceness and the fearlessness and like kind of the wild choices that I
Yep.
make.
Yep.
And you've given me hope with Ryan that there is a man who will be able to show up and be with a woman like us, really.
Well, I know that there is. And sometimes you got to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince,
Yeah.
like genuinely.
Yeah.
And I appreciate about you that you do show up exactly as you are in every situation. I was actually telling Jason that today.
Yeah.
I said, one of the things I love so much about her is that she is so unapologetically who she is. You don't listen to what anyone else, like you know, and God knows, like that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing. That much truth and authenticity is so rare. I actually, in like exploring who God is, I do weird explorations. I'm not high. I don't smoke weed. I freaking hate it. I do. I wish I could, because I hear it's nice for some people. But like, I have high thoughts. I swear I'm named
Well,
Heidi
I
for
think-
a reason.
No, you know what it is that you were born this deep thinker.
I really
It's not
was.
high thoughts.
No.
It's deep
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah. I was exploring who God is.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all have a different idea, whether it's a being or is it the energy, the create that, what is it, right?
Yeah.
But like, I found some words that like, I feel like are, I don't want to say synonymous with God, because God's obviously here, but like our God, right? Love is like, God is love.
Yeah.
And also the other word is truth. And so when like truth and love for me are God, those are like, it's all the same. It's like, because my God is truth and he is love, or she, right?
Yeah.
It does no gender.
Yeah.
God is truth and God is love. And so when I feel truth and love the way that you are, you're so aligned, like you act in alignment with who you actually are.
Yeah.
It's such a godlike thing. So,
And I'm for sure not perfect. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
and
but
that's the thing. Like,
you're not supposed to
like
be.
I just wrote a book on transfiguration. I didn't know transfiguration, but God asked me to write a book on transfiguration. And as I wrote this book, God took me through all the journeys of all the prophets, and they all walk the same paths, and none of them are perfect. And like, I am the most flawed human, and God still speaks to me. Whatever God is, I hear God. And I love speaking about my mistakes. Like this year I got an STI. Woo woo, that was fun. I've made really poor choices sometimes.
Yeah.
And guess what? God still speaks to me.
That's because everybody has, and a lot of people want to act like they have not. But we are all human. And I think once we can accept it and acknowledge it and love ourselves enough to, you know, sometimes just to be honest about it, right? I think that's when God speaks the most.
Yes. And when we break down whatever barriers it says, I have to do A, B, C, or D for God to love me, for God to speak to me, for me to be in accordance with. No, actually, everybody who's ever changed the earth was guided by a divine presence, and all of them fucked things up. And when we fully come to that full understanding, we become love.
Yeah.
Because we can love ourselves in all of our mistakes. And that has become so apparent for me in the last like 8 weeks, really.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. I mean, it's just a reminder that no matter who you are, no matter what path you've traveled.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite things, but I needed this for me during a time in my life, was the reminder that you're never too far gone.
No.
And I actually think that too far gone is the most beautiful, almost springboard for the best, most incredible self you've ever been. And when you think of the people in your life who have made mistakes, or who, I should say, when you think of the people in life who you admire the most, they're the ones who have traveled the hardest paths, you know?
Always. Yeah.
And have learned.
Yeah.
And that's what brings wisdom and kindness and compassion and understanding and empathy for everyone around them.
This is probably my greatest story. So I grew up Mormon.
Yeah.
I no longer practice religion at all. I'm just spiritual. But I grew up where I followed every rule, Heidi. I mean, still to this day, I've still never drank alcohol. I've still never smoked. Like, I still have parts of me that will always be that girl because it was so in me. But like, I didn't know I was a judger until I found out I had this STI from this man I had been dating, who was this stay-at-home dad to 2 little kids, real estate agent, just seemed like the nicest, like, Boise dad ever, just carrying STIs, like no big deal. And I remember I was sitting, I had just gotten my antibiotics for chlamydia.
Yeah.
And
I love you.
So I'm
Welcome
sitting
to Heidi's Lane. We're talking about chlamydia today, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sitting in the airport on my way to Miami because I lived in Miami 1 week a month this year filming TV. And so I'm on my way to Miami, and the guy next to me was visibly high on drugs, and the woman in front of me was dressed like a hooker. And I didn't know that I was even judging.
Yeah.
Until my alarm went off and I had to pull out my prescription for chlamydia. And I had to pop that sucker open, and God said to me, "It is time for you to stop praying for the lepers from the top of the wall and to come and sit and be with them." And that moment changed my life forever. And that is why I know I got an STI. And thank God that they can be healed with antibiotics, and I don't. But like, that moment, I have no judgment left in this body. Not one.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you fully encompass your mistakes, when you fully love yourself, even when you fuck things up. All of a sudden, like, how could I ever judge another?
I know. I for the record, I've never felt judgment from you ever.
No.
And also, I think even when someone might not feel judgment from us, there's still things that may feel like judgment for you.
Yeah.
So I've never felt that from you. I always have felt like you're a very non-judgmental friend.
I didn't think I was until that moment. And I was like,
well, and
I
maybe
think it's still in here.
Yeah. But, and you know, cause I've done some and I've talked about a lot of it publicly, you know, and I haven't talked about all of it publicly, but I've done some pretty hard things, never to hurt anyone.
No.
Usually because I just couldn't say no, because I felt bad, because I was a people pleaser. And I thought, as a good girl, you say no to people even when it's not right, you know?
Yeah.
And then, anyway, but I've told you so much, and you have always been so kind and so loving to me. But also me going through my shit and in a lot of ways creating a world war in my world around me, you know, like I felt like sometimes some of the things I did created an atomic bomb drop that I spent a decade cleaning up, you know? And so it is like, I could never judge anyone. I could never, because of the things I've done and the consequences I've had to deal with, you know?
Yeah. I think that, and this to me, like I'm going on this deep self-love journey right now, like deep work. And I feel like it's loving every part of us, even the parts that we want to pretend we're not, even the parts that we want to shun away. When we love this, and we can just love everyone.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that saying? Your capacity to love other people is limited by your capacity to love yourself or something.
That's
Be like,
beautiful.
and so in a relationship, like your capacity to love your spouse or partner is completely limited by your capacity to love yourself. Yeah. I love that.
Same.
Okay. I feel like we've had a nice little conversation. We have a million. Do we want more questions?
I don't
Or do we
know.
want, I mean, I think we're at like an hour and 20.
I think we're probably solid.
I think we're solid.
I don't know when I'm coming back to Arizona again, but when I do, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, in February, we have my red carpet event in February.
Oh,
For the TV
February
show.
what?
February 22nd.
I'm
2/2.
gone.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No.
in Central America with Ryan. I know.
That's amazing.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you.
22nd through the 28th. I know.
Well, I'm sure I'll come a few days early, but you'll probably be
Okay.
busy. But if so,
No,
let's fit it in.
Okay, that
Okay.
would be fun.
Yeah, I love
We'll
doing
do a
this, Heidi.
podcast. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like we've gone everywhere. We
We
went, deep to like funny. Carol, what do you want to leave beautiful guests with?
I want to leave with that you are enough as you are. Broken, tattered, loved, beautiful, whatever. Like you're just enough. And you're enough to live the life that you've been called to live. Like you don't need to have more qualifications. You don't need to have more time. You don't need to have more perfection. And no, like now's the time. Who knows how long we live?
Yeah.
So right now, know that you're enough to chase the dreams that have been placed within your heart, and you have everything you need to do them.
What you're saying, I'm already alive.
I'm already alive. I'm already alive, so might as well go full send.
Might as well. That's how I'm going to end, by repeating you. I'm already alive. I might as well go full send.
Full send.
No, but I love what you said. I think on that, what are you taking into, because we're already in 2026. What are you bringing into 2026 or holding with you for a while? Everything's cyclical, so it could fade away, but.
Well, I've been working so deeply on softening my heart. And so I really am bringing into 2026 that I have a soft heart and that good is on its way.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally. Remember how sad I was when I started this podcast 2 years ago? How hard, like 2.5 years ago, and before, and then it was a dark winter, and I think I got better and sad, and I think I finally feel so alive, Keira. I don't need the podcast. I don't need my businesses. I don't need anything really. I feel so alive, and it's really nice. I'm the reverse of you. You were a dreamer and a romanticizer early on. I'm giving myself permission in 2026 to dream and romanticize, because I actually realize that whatever we say is actually is. We kind of talked about that in the last episode. I actually know that whatever I've done in my past is so small compared to what's coming. I actually do.
I just got goosebumps.
But I know it. Like I know it in my gut.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it for anyone outside of me. I'm not even doing it for myself. I'm doing it because I actually believe this is the path I'm meant to travel in life. Like I think I am here on earth to do what I'm going out to do.
I love that, Heidi.
So I'm
Makes me so
bringing
happy.
belief and abundance and trust.
And so it is.
And so it is. You guys, thank you so much for listening. This was a fun podcast.
It was. I love you.
I have presents for you, by the way.
What?
They're right
Oh
over
my
there.
gosh, I love presents.
I know.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.